Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into real estate investing,
Okay.
but with a bit of a different lens this time.
Right.
We've got this Soul REBL ebook, The Benefits of Investing in Real Estate and Choosing the Right Lender.
Okay.
And I'm really curious to see how this company is kind of positioning themselves.
Yeah.
They're really trying to, kind of present themselves as a different kind of lender,
Right.
especially for folks who maybe don't fit that traditional borrower profile.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
What is it about their approach that kind of stands out to you?
You know, what really jumps out at me is
Yeah.
how they're not just talking about, like, here's the money, go invest.
Right.
It's like, we want to be a partner in your success.
Okay.
And that's pretty different.
Yeah, that's interesting. So partnership is
It's a big thing.
kind of a big theme we're seeing.
For sure.
But before we get too deep into that, let's talk about real estate investing itself.
Okay. Yeah.
The ebook highlights some pretty, standard benefits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Building wealth through rental income, appreciation, tax advantages. Can you break down why these are so attractive? Especially for someone who's looking to build long-term wealth.
Yeah, so, real estate,
Yeah.
it's a tangible asset.
Mhm.
It's something you can actually, touch.
Yeah.
Unlike, some abstract number in a stock portfolio.
Right. Exactly.
And when you're thinking about inflation,
Mm.
which is a big concern for a lot of people right now,
Yeah.
that's where real estate can really shine.
Okay.
Because tangible assets like that, they tend to hold their value better.
So it's almost like a hedge in uncertain times.
Yeah, exactly. A hedge against inflation.
That makes sense.
And that's something you really need to consider if you're serious about building wealth over the long haul.
Absolutely. And then what about this concept of rental income?
Oh, yeah, that's the beauty of it.
How does that play into this?
You buy a property,
Yeah.
you find a good tenant,
Right.
and boom, suddenly you have passive income coming in every month. That's the dream.
Yeah, money working for you while you sleep.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the power of real estate.
Okay, so we're starting to see why people are so drawn to this.
Definitely.
But let's be real, most people need financing
Oh, yeah.
to make these real estate dreams happen.
Right. Most people don't have that just lying around.
Exactly. So that's where the lender comes in.
Yep.
And Soul REBL,
Hmm.
they seem to be pretty adamant about this whole idea of being more than just a loan provider.
Right.
They talk about this partner in success idea a lot.
I've noticed that too. Yeah.
What do you think? Is that just marketing hype?
It could be.
Or is there something more to it?
Well, I think a lender who actually gets your goals
Okay.
and is actually invested in you doing well, that can be a real game changer.
In what way?
Well, think about it. You need to move quickly on a deal, right?
Mhm.
And this lender can give you that capital quickly.
Right.
That could mean getting the property or missing out.
Yeah, that's huge.
And especially for someone who's maybe a first-time investor,
Okay.
they might not have the perfect credit score
Right.
or years of experience under their belt.
Right. Right.
Having a lender who's flexible with those terms can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. And they even tell a story in the ebook, right?
Yeah.
About a foreign national who was trying to close on a property.
I remember that.
And because of Soul RBL's kind of streamlined processes and understanding of this person's unique situation,
Yeah, very specific needs.
they were able to make it happen. Can
Exactly.
you imagine trying to navigate that with a traditional bank?
That would have been a nightmare, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot more hoops to jump through, for sure.
exactly.
It really shows how important it can be to have a lender who can think outside the box, and cater to different needs.
Right.
Obviously, this ebook is coming from Soul REVL, so
Sure.
take it with a grain of salt. But
Yeah,
the ideas are important no matter who you're working with. These are good principles to keep in mind.
got it. So having a lender who's like a partner
Mm-hmm.
can be crucial.
Yeah.
But what about these traditional lenders?
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like they've got this reputation for being pretty rigid,
Yeah, they can be.
strict criteria, slow processes.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. What makes those challenges so significant?
Well, it's really tough,
Yeah,
especially if you're new to real estate
right,
or you don't fit the typical mold.
right.
Imagine you're all excited.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to jump in. You're a first-time investor,
Yeah.
but you don't have a long credit history
Mm-hmm.
or a ton of cash for a down payment.
Right.
Traditional lenders might not even look at you.
Yeah, it's like you don't even exist.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm imagining if someone's self-employed.
Oh, even worse.
It's like, how do you even prove your income?
Right.
Even if you're making great money?
Yeah, It can be a real obstacle.
It seems like the system is
Right.
designed to keep some people out.
Yeah, it can feel that way.
Yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure. And that's where Soul RBL is trying to do something different.
It seems like it.
Right. No credit minimums, no experience required.
Pretty bold.
Yeah, it's very bold.
Like they're saying, we trust you, even if the banks don't.
Mm.
They even share this story
Yeah.
about this first-time investor who got a property,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have perfect credit, no years of experience.
Right, right.
It's cool to see lenders giving people a chance
Yeah, it is encouraging.
when they might have been overlooked otherwise.
Totally. But let's be real, there's two sides to every coin.
Always, yeah.
So ditching those strict requirements, that can open doors.
For sure.
Are there potential downsides to this?
Well,
Are there risks that come with working with non-traditional lenders?
you have to be aware of the trade-offs.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some things people should be looking out for?
Well, non-traditional lenders,
Okay.
often they'll charge higher interest rates than banks.
Which makes sense, if you think about it.
Yeah.
They're taking on more risk
Yeah.
by working with borrowers who don't meet those, like, standard conventional
Right, exactly.
lending standards.
So it's like a trade-off then.
Yeah, exactly.
Accessibility and flexibility
Mhm.
versus maybe a higher cost of borrowing.
Yeah, you got it.
That makes sense. But what are some things people should actually look for
Okay.
when they're evaluating one of these loans?
Yeah. So don't just focus on the interest rate.
Okay.
Dig deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the terms and conditions.
Okay.
Are there prepayment penalties?
Right.
What happens if you miss a payment?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Some of these non-traditional loans can have these terms that might catch you off guard.
Okay.
It's always good to have a lawyer look it over.
Yeah. Always good to get a professional opinion
Exactly. Before you sign anything.
before you sign on the dotted line. Absolutely.
Yep.
But let's move beyond the loan itself for a second. Soul REBL, they also give some general advice for real estate investors.
Right.
You know, things like start small, build a team,
Yeah, classic advice.
and they really emphasize that this is universal, not just for their borrowers.
Right. It applies to everyone.
Why are these principles so crucial?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement
Oh, yeah,
of real estate.
for sure.
You want to jump in head first, go all in,
Mm-hmm.
but starting small with like a single property
Okay.
that lets you learn the ropes
Mm-hmm.
without risking too much capital.
Right.
You can make mistakes, figure things out.
You can learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gain experience before you start scaling up.
It's like dipping your toes in the water before you jump in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. What about this building a team thing?
Oh, yeah. That's so important.
Why is that so important?
Because real estate is complicated.
Mm-hmm.
There's legal stuff, there's financing, there's property management, renovations.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
The list goes on and on.
So many moving pieces.
Yeah, and having a good team
Okay.
of reliable experts,
Mm-hmm.
like a good real estate agent,
Yeah.
a lawyer who knows what they're doing,
Right.
a trustworthy contractor
Mm-hmm.
that can make your life so much easier,
Yeah.
and it can help you avoid costly mistakes.
It's like having a pit crew
Exactly.
for your real estate journey.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we've talked about the financial upside. We've talked about the role of the lender.
Right?
We've talked about some advice for investors.
Yep.
I feel like there's more to the story.
I think so too. Yeah.
The ebook is very focused on the money side of things.
Right.
But what about the human side of real estate?
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other dimension.
What are some of the less tangible
Okay.
rewards and challenges
Yeah.
that people should consider?
Well, think about the impact you could have on a community,
Okay.
like revitalizing a rundown property.
Right. That can really breathe new life into a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It can create jobs. It can provide quality housing.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually be a part of something bigger
Right.
than just making money.
Yeah, that's appealing. It is.
But I'm guessing there's a flip side to that,
Oh, for sure.
right? Being a landlord comes with responsibilities.
It does.
Things don't always go smoothly.
No, not always.
What are some of the challenges there?
Well, you're responsible for providing safe and comfortable living conditions for your tenants.
Right.
You might have to deal with unexpected repairs,
Yeah.
navigate tenant issues, maybe even face some difficult decisions like evictions.
Right.
It's not always easy.
It's not all sunshine and roses.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It takes empathy, it takes patience,
Okay.
and a willingness to solve problems.
So it's not just about collecting those rent checks.
It's not passive income, exactly.
Right. It's about being a responsible property owner
Exactly.
and fostering those relationships. Yeah. building those relationships with your tenants.
With your tenants, yeah. Okay. But I imagine there are personal rewards
Oh, yeah.
beyond just the financial gains.
Definitely. There's a real sense of accomplishment.
Okay.
When you see a project through from start to finish,
Yeah.
taking a property that was maybe neglected
Right.
and turning it into something valuable, that can be really rewarding.
Yeah, it's like taking something old and giving it new life.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's be real. This can be stressful.
Oh, yeah. Real estate
Yeah.
definitely has its stressful moments.
What are some of the challenges that people might not expect?
Unexpected repairs,
Okay. Yeah.
those can be a huge headache.
Right.
Finding good contractors, that's not always easy.
Yeah, finding reliable people.
Right, and then just staying on top of the market, making sure you're making smart decisions.
Right.
It requires constant learning. You have to adapt.
It sounds like it takes a certain personality type.
Yeah.
I think so.
To thrive in this world.
You need resilience,
Okay.
problem-solving skills, and the ability to handle uncertainty.
Right.
It's definitely not for everyone.
Yeah. Oh,
And it's not a get-rich-quick scheme either.
no. Yeah, it's a long game.
It is.
This is really helpful.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It's important for people to understand that,
Yeah.
this is a commitment.
It is, for sure.
We talked about due diligence when you're evaluating these lenders.
Right.
Especially the non-traditional ones. Can you kind of break down
Sure.
what that actually looks like?
Yeah, so due diligence is basically gathering information
Okay.
and asking the right questions. Don't just rely on the lender's marketing materials.
Right. Take it all with a grain of salt.
Exactly. Do your own research.
Okay.
Compare loan options from different lenders, both traditional and non-traditional.
Okay.
Obviously, look at the interest rates,
Right.
but pay attention to the fine print.
Those terms and conditions.
Okay.
What are the fees?
Yeah.
Are there prepayment penalties? What happens if you miss a payment?
Okay.
All those details.
Yeah, like shopping for a car, you don't just buy the first one you see.
Exactly.
You gotta shop around.
Treat this like a big purchase. Because it is.
Because it is, yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask tough questions and get clarification on anything that seems unclear.
Okay.
A good lender will be happy to walk you through it all.
Right.
Make sure you understand everything before you commit.
Okay. Yeah, so transparency is key.
Transparency is key.
And I guess if anything feels off or if someone's pressuring you, trust your gut.
Trust your gut, yeah.
It's better to walk away.
Better walk away
Yeah.
than get stuck with a loan that's not right.
Than be stuck with a bad loan.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been super insightful.
Good, I'm glad.
We've explored the potential of real estate, delved into Soul REBL's approach.
Right. And even touched on some of the less tangible stuff.
Yeah, the human side of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listener with something to think about.
All right, I like it.
We've been talking about the individual journey of a real estate investor.
Okay.
But what about the bigger picture?
What do you mean?
Well, real estate isn't just an investment.
Okay.
It's a fundamental part of our society.
That's true.
So how does the way we approach investing impact communities, cities, even the environment?
Interesting.
We talked about revitalization.
Right.
But there's also gentrification.
Oh, yeah?
The affordability crisis, the environmental impact of construction.
Right, all these factors.
It's a lot.
It's interconnected.
It's very complex.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not enough to just focus on the numbers.
Right.
We've got to think about the people on the planet, too.
And it's all connected.
So for our listener who's maybe intrigued by real estate.
But also a little overwhelmed by all this.
Understandably.
What would you say is the key takeaway?
I would say approach real estate investing with a holistic mindset.
Okay.
So yeah, think about the money. That's important,
Yeah, of course.
But also think about the social impact.
Why?
The environmental impact of your choices.
It's about seeing the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Not just the bottom line.
Ask yourself, how will this investment impact the community? Is it contributing to a more sustainable future?
Those are good questions.
Yeah. These are the questions that can help guide you toward making more responsible and impactful decisions.
So it sounds like real estate investing can be a powerful tool.
It is, for sure.
But it's up to each individual investor to wield that tool responsibly.
Yeah, you're holding the power.
That's a great way to put it. This has been amazing.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive
Of course. Thanks for having me.
into the world of real estate investing.
Always a pleasure.
It's been really enlightening.
Yeah, it's a fascinating topic.
It is. Until next time,
See you next time.
keep those brains buzzing.
Keep learning.
And remember, every investment
Mm-hmm.
is a chance to build a brighter future.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really is. And it brings up some interesting questions, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do we balance the need to make money, the profit,
Right.
with also being responsible
Mm-hmm.
and making sure we're contributing positively
Yeah. Yeah.
to the communities where we're investing?
It's like, how do we do good
Exactly.
while also doing well, right?
It's a tough balance.
It's a tough question, for sure.
It's not easy.
It sounds like we need to be more mindful
We do.
of the ripple effect.
Yeah, of our choices.
Of our investment choices, for sure.
Like, for example, how can we do revitalization projects
Mm-hmm.
in a way that actually helps the people who live there
Right.
and doesn't push them out?
Right. Yeah, displacement is a big issue.
It is. And how can we make sure that new development is sustainable,
Right.
that it's not hurting the environment?
Yeah. Yeah, these are big questions.
These are tough questions.
There are no easy answers.
No, not at all.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. It's more than just focusing on the numbers.
Right.
We've got to think about the people. We've got to think about the planet.
So for someone listening who's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm really interested in this, but I'm also kind of overwhelmed by all this.
Yeah, I get that.
What's the one thing they should take away?
I think the most important thing
Yeah.
is to approach real estate investing with a holistic mindset.
Okay.
So yeah, think about the money.
Of course.
That's important.
Right, yeah. We need to make money.
But also think about that social impact,
Mm-hmm.
the environmental impact.
It's like we're saying, think bigger
Think bigger. Yeah,
than just the bottom line.
exactly.
Okay.
Ask yourself,
Yeah.
how is this investment going to impact the community? Is it helping to create a more sustainable future?
Yeah. Those are really good guiding questions.
Those are the questions that
Yeah.
can really lead you to making better choices.
So it sounds like real estate can be this really powerful tool
It is. It really is.
for positive change, but it's really up to each individual
That's right.
to use that tool responsibly.
It's in your hands.
Yeah, you have the power.
You do.
This has been fantastic.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.
Of course, my pleasure.
It's given me a lot to think about.
Yeah, me too. It's a fascinating topic.
It is. Until next time,
Sounds good.
keep those brains buzzing.
Keep learning.
And remember, every investment is a chance to build a brighter future.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you later.